Who created God? This is an actual question that a lot of people have. So if you're a Christian, this is going to seem like kind of an obvious thing, but if you're not well versed in it, or if you're kind of new to Christianity, or you just genuinely don't understand this concept, then this is going to be wonderful for you. If you're a Christian, then this is going to give you some ways to help explain it to other people. See, what the Bible teaches is that Jesus is God, okay? So Jesus, in John chapter 1, verse 1, it says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and all things were created through him." Now in Colossians 1, it teaches the same sentiment, which says that Jesus is the visible image of the invisible God, and through him and by him and for him all things have been created. So what does that mean then? Well, that means that Jesus, God, is uncreated. If all that has been created was created by him, then that means that he didn't create himself. That doesn't make sense. You can't create yourself, which means that the reality that we find ourselves in, there has to be something outside of it. So think about it like an alternate dimension, even. And within that alternate dimension, there exists nothing, no time. There exists no space. There exists no matter, because it is a spiritual dimension. There isn't anything physical or metaphysical. It is simply spiritual. So this explanation is a wonderful one that Dr. Kent Hovind made famous, and I'm going to basically repeat it here. The Bible summarizes God's creation of everything in the first 10 words of the Bible. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Barashit bara Elohim et shemayim et aretz. Now there's something that is called a continuum, which means that there are certain things that can't exist without other things. For example, space, time, and matter all have to exist simultaneously. There is no way for space to exist without time and matter. There's no way for time to exist without space and matter, and there's no way for matter to exist without time and space. This means that space, time, and matter all have to be created simultaneously together, or they have to be eternal. Now, for a while, you had a lot of atheists saying that the universe is eternal, but we've shown and we've proven scientifically that the universe actually did in fact have a beginning. And whenever the atheist claims that nothing exploded and created everything, we need to actually look at what caused a nothingness to explode and create everything, because that had to have a cause, and everything that has a cause has to have something that caused it. So the beginning of the universe was summarized by God saying, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth," in the Bible, Genesis 1:1. See, in the beginning, there's time. God created the heavens, there's space, and the earth, there's matter. In the first 10 words of the Bible, God explains that he created time, space, and matter simultaneously. In the beginning, there's time. God created the heavens, there's space, and the earth. Now the earth, matter. Matter has 3 stages. It has solid, liquid, and gas. Space has 3 dimensions. It has length, width, and height. And time has past, present, and future. That is a trinity of trinities created by the Trinitarian God of the Bible, which is Father, Son, and Spirit. Now going back to the beginning of this video, I mentioned in John 1:1, it says, "In the beginning was the Word." See, in verse 14, it says that the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. That's how we know that the Word is in reference to Jesus. Now, John 1:1, "In the beginning was the Word." That, en arche en helogos, literally translated into English means eternally backwards, the Word existed. En arche en helogos, in the beginning was the Word. En arche en helogos, eternity backwards, the Word existed. God didn't have a creator. He didn't have a cause. He is the uncaused cause. He is the one who causes. He is the uncreated creator. The same way that the Tacoma that I'm sitting in, this thing, it wasn't made by itself. It wasn't made by someone who was inside of it. It was made by people outside of it. That's how the reality that we live in was created. It was created by someone outside. It was created by someone outside of space, time, and matter. That way he could have dominion and authority and sovereignty over time, space, and matter, meaning that he is capable of manipulating them in any way that he pleases, because he created them and he controls them. He holds all things together and he controls every aspect of his creation. That's what sovereignty means. It means that God is in control. Now, there's a lot of false religions out there that call themselves Christians that can bring some confusion to this. An example would be Mormonism. Mormonism is not Christian. See, Mormons are actually polytheistic. They believe in an infinite amount of gods. And they teach that the God of this earth was elected to become the God of this earth because he was such a good Mormon on another planet. And then he was elected by the Council of Gods to become a god himself. Now, obviously, if you just listen to what I said, you go, yep, that is absurd. And it is. That's not Christian at all. The God of the Bible is the uncreated creator, eternally God. There is no other gods. It was him alone. In Isaiah 43:10, it says that there is no God before me, neither shall there ever be after me. I do not know of any other gods. Jesus, Yahweh, is the eternal holy God, Father, Son, and Spirit. One being, three persons. Barashit bara Elohim et Shemayim et Eretz. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. God is the uncreated creator. If you think that God has to have a creator, then that would just be a sign that you don't understand God, or the Bible for that matter. And it's something that's actually really difficult for us to grasp, because in our brains, everything has to have a beginning, because we are stuck in this linear plane of time where we think like, okay, everything that is here had to have a before and a before and a before and a before and a before, just eternally going that direction. But when it comes to God, God created that rule for us. God is outside of that rule. God existed before anything else existed. God eternally existed, and God created space, time, and matter. God created the angels. God created you and I. And God is in control of all of his creation. I hope this made sense. Let me know what's next. Follow me on X. God bless.